I love how bad that was.
I love how bad that was too.
All right. So on today's episode of this podcast as a table, we're going to get into some crazy things, man. I want to start off by talking about Jimmy Carter and Elon Musk. Jimmy Carter. And he just recently died, so
R.I.P.
rest in peace, my friend.
OG.
OG is
Old
true.
JC. Has it been 3 days yet?
I actually do not know the actual...
It's been close. He might be wandering around here somewhere.
Well, JC's meeting the other JC. But let's start off this with a little game.
All right.
Have a little bit of fun with it.
Let's do it.
So I want to make a game up, and here's the rules of it. So I'm going to say something that's happened that either Elon Musk has done or Jimmy Carter's done or said.
Okay. So we guessing between like the two of them who's who kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you're identifying who that may have been.
All right.
Okay. Are you reading a quote, or is it just like
It can
generally?
be, or it could be like something that's happened to or because of something they've chose to do.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna
Oh,
start.
wait.
Okay.
Are we like beeping in? Are we smacking the table?
You know what? Let's give it a little bit of a smack. Don't break it though. This is our one and only for now.
Okay.
I'll be gentle.
All right. A little bit. Whoever I see is able to do it the fastest, just give me some response so I can hear him. Keep it organized.
Okay.
Tad.
Listen.
What you trying to say?
Jacob's onto something. But all right. So we're gonna start off just by a little bit of this question. So this individual skipped school and missed out on being a valedictorian.
Jimmy!
It was Jimmy.
Jimmy!
Skipped college.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was
he,
about to say he was the only person in his family I think that finished high school.
yeah, but he
Okay. Or
skipped
the
out.
first.
The
The
only
first that finished
reason
high
I
school.
knew that was because I know Elon Musk went to college here in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only reason I was able to guess that. And that's about the time you could kind of skip out in Jimmy Carter's age and just be like, we'll
Yeah.
still succeed. Go about the
Well,
sixth grade.
he's still got everything. He just wasn't able to be the
Okay. See,
valedictorian.
I'm gonna go ahead and say hey, we need to be a little bit more specific, right?
Okay.
Oh.
I thought
Specifics?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
More specific. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still
Not
going to
bad
leave a
sport at
level.
all.
because I knew he went to high school. So
So,
you know.
okay. Well, here's the difficulty. If I'm
Okay.
too specific, it's just going to be easy,
That's
man.
true. That's true.
All right. So I'm just
Okay,
going
so
to,
it's
what am I
just a
going to
guess.
throw
You
out?
better
Like,
guesser, bro.
I mean, it's just a guess game. That's okay.
It's a guess game. Well, you know.
Your life's not on the line. You'll be okay.
I mean, it might be.
R.I.P. Jimmy. All right, go ahead.
All right, are we ready?
All right. Some claim to be a shadow president while not officially in office. Jacob.
That is Elon.
Oh, that is, in
That's
fact.
an easy one.
What?
That's an easy one.
What?
Yeah, you
Who would
He's
say
the
that?
president of the shadows?
Yeah, well,
I thought that was Batman.
He's not even American.
Hey,
What the hell?
I know.
God. You're right. You know what? Sorry. Quick rant.
Uh-huh.
All right. You know, I thought that Republicans were crazy when they were complaining about these African Americans coming in and just taking welfare from the country being supported by the state. I didn't know they were right in talking about Elon Musk, but by God, here we are.
It's not only on appearance.
No, giving names that you can't pronounce. Elon Musk, typical African American shit. What else? Hawking electronics. There you go. Elon Musk, typical shit. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Sorry, rant over.
Yeah, so you want to try to pronounce his one kid's name at all?
No, don't even look it up.
No, I gotta see it. I promise I won't be able to pronounce it once I look it up.
I don't know. It's
I got
it's,
the
Elon
same
Musk
thing. I don't
kid.
even know.
it's the
It's
algebra
ridiculous.
equation kid. I can't remember which one it is.
Dude, he has 12 kids?
Oh yeah. All right, don't look anymore.
God.
Some of these questions might be on my list.
I told
Back
you
off
they
the
were
list.
right about these African Americans.
All right. Settle down.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. So we have a self-proclaimed Marvel Comics fan.
Sorry, real quick. Wait.
I mean, that was easy. Oh, come on.
I didn't even get to finish.
But it's our.
It's
we
probably
already know.
Jimmy Carter.
Oh, hold on.
No, I
We're gonna
don't
finish
think
and we're
so.
gonna do it again. That was halfway through.
Marvel's
a
awesome, dude. I
think it's
self-proclaimed Marvel Comics fan, even naming one of his child after a character.
That's Elon. All
right, it was
Yeah.
Elonian Musk.
Elongated muskrat.
Elongated muskrat.
Okay. I've got XAA12.
Okay, now say that in a word.
How do you?
Is that just all that is?
Try
That's
to,
his name, dude. So
Try to say that in a word. One name. Try to say it.
Exagi.
That's pretty good. That's probably pretty good.
Is that a boy?
It's foreign.
Sounds kind of feminine the way
I think
that
it
you said
is
that just then.
I think it is a boy. It looks like a boy. I'm seeing a picture of a child, of a small child.
Are you calling a child?
Well, he's
it?
got-
Small boy child.
One of his
So
children
X is the
a,
unknown variable commonly in math. Fucking nerd. AE, the Elven spelling of AI, which translates to love in several languages. Dork. A12, a
that a
precursor to an aircraft SR-71, which Musk and Grimes love because it is great in battle but non-violent.
They're not together anymore, are they?
No.
Dude, he
Grimes,
has
no?
12 kids. How many women does he have kids with?
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's
Man,
a lot, ain't
dude's
it?
a player,
He's
dude.
a spread.
been out
He's a
there-
spread the seed kind of
that's-
guy.
Yeah, that's one of the things that he's.
Jimmy Carter plants
pretty-
peanut seeds. He plants.
We got two
cum
different farmers,
seeds.
two different
Two
fields
different
they're
kinds of
sowing.
farming. Yeah.
Hey, those genetics can't be that bad though. Maybe a little bit of autism, but that's
Well,
a lot of a lotism.
Yeah,
all right, a
autism.
lotism.
I think everybody on this planet's got a little bit.
Oh, we're somewhere on the spectrum.
like somewhere.
Like Shane says, either Nick Sherry gets you. So.
Yeah, dude. That's very true.
Alrighty.
All right, go ahead.
Let's
Sorry.
get into the next
Yeah.
one. So here we are. Let's see. Am I in the right order? Make sure I got this right. Lived in public housing during a period of his life. Ooh, that was pretty close.
Don't.
Did you see that?
If I gotta make a choice, I'd say 10.
Matt, that's a biased
I thought it was
answer.
a blink too. I thought it was a blink too. Okay. Let's hear your.
Jimmy Carter.
That's old Jimmy.
That was
Jimmy
that
Carter.
That was a Jimmy Carter.
You're telling me the man whose father owned an emerald mine didn't live in public housing? Shocker.
It wasn't him apparently.
The dude who didn't have shoes until he was in school. What?
Alrighty. So let's move on to the next one. So this one might be a little easy. Has been a baseball fan their entire life.
That's old Jimmy.
That is Jimmy.
Jimmy!
That's Jimmy. That one was a pretty easy one in my opinion. All right, this might spice it up a little bit more. So the next one we have has wrote more than 30 books in his lifetime, all for charitable causes.
Jimmy.
That was a Jimmy.
Yeah, Elon does everything for charity. Dude.
I'm sure he's got some
Alrighty.
organizations out there,
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He's got some write-offs.
There's a few write-offs. A lot of causes can be for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes charitable causes are not for what they seem. But make sure to round up every time you go to Wendy's, okay? All right. The next one.
You guys round up when you go to Wendy's?
You tell me you're not doing a good thing when you do that?
No, dude. Are you kidding me? You're giving them a tax write-off.
All right.
That's all you're doing every time
No,
you
I'm
go
not
to these
because I
places?
never give them money.
Well, I don't either. I went to
Okay.
Hate
Taco Bell.
children.
other
See,
night.
the only thing I do is Taco Bell. I'll round up sometimes at Taco Bell.
I was thinking about it even deeper. Actually, no, it wasn't Taco Bell. It was what is that Chinese place that just opened up over here?
Panda?
Yeah, Panda. I went.
Are
to
they
Panda.
open?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I went
so
to the one in
Johnson
town.
City. Yeah.
I went there and they said that, and I was like, you know what? I wish in a better world that I didn't feel this way or even understand this. But
You kind of go through there, and then you see Michael Jordan in your head, and you're like, fuck them kids.
Hey, they got to be doing some good things.
Well,
right? Like
no, they're giving some.
it's going there. But what's happening is they're not naming it in you. They're saying that this company gave it. It's not like they gave it to them to give to them.
No, yeah, 100%. And they got to pay somebody
they
to
get-
run that, and they're probably getting paid pretty good.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like-
that's just bureaucratic trickling down is all that is.
Just give
but-
direct, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There you go. Problem
but
solved.
are you going to do that though? Are you going to do that though? I think it's a
Oh,
convenience.
am I going to go out of my way? No.
No, exactly.
Well, hopefully one day I have enough. Hopefully
Before.
one day
You
I
should
have
go out of your
enough.
way to help kids.
Can we get one of those little glimmers on your teeth?
Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty. So here is another one. Who said this? I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. Oh, that was Tad.
Oh, he don't know.
Jimmy.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
Hey,
Damn, I forgot he lies sometimes.
Hey, I would have guessed Jimmy too, if that makes you feel any better.
I was waiting for somebody to get something wrong.
I would have guessed Jimmy.
Go ahead. Take it. Still.
Huh?
Still.
Still.
No, he thought it was Jimmy also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I
you
would
know
say
what I
Elon,
realized? No, Jimmy wouldn't say that. He would just be like, just be about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right, and the last point in this little game is which individual do you believe better represents true meaning of America?
We can both answer for this,
Yes,
right?
this is.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
I believe that America wants it to be Jimmy, but in action is Elon.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is we want the community-based public servant who is willing to sacrifice for the greater good in a way that encompasses this American dream, or at least as people kind of lay it out in their heads. But at the same time, we push for the capitalist entrepreneur that is willing to just take at whatever point they can and sell. There's benefits from that, especially that trickles out into the broader good. But at the same time, it's the self-ego just...
People love ego. I think.
God,
they're
dude.
attracted to it.
They
It breeds-
want a savior. Everybody wants a savior, man. And especially in America, we want the individualist that thinks they're reaching for the stars, but really they're just.
You know
selling
what's
something
crazy
on the
about that? You
backside.
say that, and that savior that people look for is quite literally the opposite of what an egotistical maniac will be. A savior literally will crucify themselves to do something.
You would,
See, that's
you
the
would think
argument-
it's a pretty popular book around here.
I stand by it.
That's the argument people say, like, the person that should be president is somebody that doesn't want to be
Well,
president.
absolutely.
You know,
I
like,
think that's a great philosophy.
Yeah.
Anything of authority should be looked upon that way. Because I truly believe that.
Well, spinning off of that, just into the typical conversation of if you're comparing the dynamics of an Elon and a Jimmy Carter, I mean, people, even Republicans, in a opposed time as we have between the two parties, that's like the last Democrat that they'll be like, oh, I love that guy. What a great person.
I never
But
heard
they will
anything
say-
negative about
no,
him.
except for his presidency. They'll be like, but
Yeah.
bad president.
Well, he just had two really things that hurt him, and that was the crisis at the
With Iran.
with
The
Iran,
hostage crisis,
yeah,
yep.
and the embassy, and then the inflation. The
Man,
inflation
it's
was
so
really bad
hard
this
to
last
control
year.
everything in this world.
No, yeah,
Anybody that
100%.
says that you're able to just influence every detail is just lying to you.
Well, they had
It's
some
unfair.
kind of peace agreement with the Middle East, and then oil prices.
That's a
just
whole different
shot
group
up.
of people that
Yeah.
you think you can persuade into what you want.
Yeah.
Well, what was the... What am I thinking of here? The Fed. Sorry. Keep going here. I'm trying to
What
find
about the
something.
Fed?
Well, here's what
Yikes.
the little bit I've explored is I think a lot of presidents, even including presidents that I may not be particular fans of,
Which one are you talking about? So which one are you talking
Yeah,
about?
who ain't
are soon to be.
Oh, you don't like that guy?
Are
You don't like
soon to
that
be.
guy?
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
everybody else seems to.
well, he is the second coming. So,
Yeah.
But that even being said, there's a lot of things that get placed on the president that people don't realize they don't have control over. That's why I was going back to the point. Just everybody wants a savior. It's like, if y'all ever listen to Audio Slave, the go and save yourself. It's kind of true a little bit. People want to be able to put something onto a figure that has absolutely no control.
It's not as heavy when somebody else does it.
It isn't. And it makes it easier for me to either take some little blame off myself that contributes to the system in some way, or at the same time just feel like just because I don't know how something works, I can blame something.
And I want to point out, too, part of that, and that's so important to my faith, too, is because I also believe that it's important to carry that. And it literally is said for you to carry your own cross. So that means you got to deal with that stuff. And that's why that's important to me. So
I believe that's a more
parallels,
even though I may not agree with you on all of I believe that is a more correct interpretation of how that
because we were told by
it's a
God
good
that we
way
gotta do it. We gotta also make the action. While He provided a way, you still gotta walk the way.
R.I.P. JC.
Yep.
I mean, it's a good way to live life in general.
Yeah.
Even if you're not very religious. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is like Jimmy Carter's presidency, just in a very short summation, he got blamed for a lot of things that happened in an economy that just, I'm sorry, but the presidency does not entirely have control over, and there's a reason why for that. Like,
They
we
can influence
made
it
the country
degrees,
to be
but
that way.
they do influence a little bit. Like I said,
A little bit.
The peace
There is.
with the Middle East had influence on the oil prices
was a
going
rhyme
up
and
during
a half.
his presidency.
Yeah.
But what?
I said that was a rhyme and a half.
Okay, well, the peace in the Middle East.
It's also supply and demand of what they want to create. At
No,
the time, too.
100%. There's influence, but you don't dictate what everything happens.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well, even the hostage crisis too. There was a story that came out a couple years ago about Ronald Reagan's team actually was negotiating behind their backs with the Iranians to be like, hey, if you're going to release the hostages, wait till after the election.
yeah, they didn't release the planes
Bro, I did
until
not
after
know
he
that.
Yeah, dude.
after he
Oh,
took the as soon
that
as
is
he took the
gross.
oath. That's
is.
when the planes went off. As soon as Ronald Reagan took the oath for
Bro,
presidency.
that is gross.
So
But that's politics in America
Yeah.
right
Well,
there summed up.
I hate politics in America.
Yeah.
Openly.
It's gross. It is a gross game.
yeah, Jimmy Carter negotiated that whole thing through like the last 2 months of his presidency, and then like they wouldn't let the planes go until after Ronald Reagan
I had
swore into
no
office.
idea.
Yeah,
And that's a big that's what it goes back to, narrative versus just like the reality on the ground of how things work. The narrative big time in Jimmy Carter's presidency is what you said. It's the inflation, and it's the what you call it?
Embassy.
It's the embassy and the negotiation of the hostages. And then once you actually have the details, you're like, oh, well, this isn't that big of a thing. He did actually negotiate this, and then you had someone that was literally trying to take the presidency from him, stab him in the back,
Completely
and just take-
undermine them for
completely undermine
self-glory.
the nation for self-aggrandizement. And it's the same thing with the inflation thing. So this is why I was trying to look this up. So the Fed's only job, if you look, they have two tools. They have controlling interest rates, and they have well, the biggest thing is controlling interest rates, because
Yes.
that's what affects unemployment. They can either have high unemployment and lower interest rates, or
affects
they
how
try to
much
find a
money's coming
balance.
into the economy.
Exactly. Print more money. They have just certain tools they can use. Let me talk with my hands. All right?
Sorry.
Yeah, we can all do it.
We can all do it. We can all do it here. All right. So
I love philosophy and
the point is,
thinking
so,
of things.
but this is what it was. So Paul Volcker, who was in
Thoughts
charge
are
of the
cool.
Fed at the time, little just tidbit of information here, did what a lot of people would consider basically took a hammer to the interest rates in the economy and raised interest rates to try to get the economy and back in some kind of balance. Okay? So what that does is that hurts borrowing in the meantime, it hurts pricing, all those things, but it's to get balance back to the economy. So
Yes.
Jimmy Carter at his Fed ate that shit. So that way the economy in like the next 7-8 years could get back into some kind of balance after the 70s. So it's like, yeah, you're going to lose, but you it's a self-sacrifice to a degree if you're talking from a political
That's
standpoint.
really what good's about being a good leader, and that's kind of part of the point we were talking about.
You take
It's
the
not
bullets,
about-
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take the bullets to the ear sometimes.
Man, we've all watched Marvel movies. Captain America, when that fake grenade is on the ground and he goes to
Oh,
jump
yeah.
on it, that was part of that whole scene building out that image of a good leader. Mm-hmm. And people aren't.
but
Yeah.
real
but
good
you're not
leaders.
rewarded for it.
Nope.
It's not all about
You're not.
strength and everything. It's about
Yeah.
will almost. And
Perceived strength. That's why I go back
too,
to Elon Musk better encompasses what the American story is in its own way. And
Yeah.
it is a dichotomy. And because Elon's story is immigrant, comes in, builds big company. And I think don't get me wrong.
I don't want to make this a bully Elon.
I don't either.
Because
I don't,
he's also
done
done a
some
lot of good things around here when we had the floods and everything. I want to make a point to say that he at least did give the Starlink out to a lot of families around that.
Same
like
with the
Asheville and
Ukraine
stuff
war.
like that,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Asheville.
that actually was a real thing that happened and really helped with a lot of stuff. So
We talked about this last week. Have you saw? I showed you what Starlink looks like in the sky.
Yes.
That's insane.
It's
dude.
crazy, dude. It
Yeah.
looks like Santa's reindeers coming out here.
Dude, just show your kid that next Christmas. He's coming. But it is, and it's the kind of good what do you call it? Two sides of the coin of what you see in America with an entrepreneur that does provide good. I mean
there's
electric
been a lot
cars
of
would not
stuff.
be where it's at if it wasn't for Elon Musk.
You're out.
Oh yeah, no, he's completely put it there. All the other companies followed suit because of it, because they knew that they were going to miss out on this huge market.
I mean, the electric cars are outperforming the gas cars, like speed wise and stuff like that.
They are.
Yeah, they.
Well, it's actually kind of crazy what they can do. Forget about all the other BS they try to sell you with like going green and whatnot. Dude, the motors in them are pretty crazy how fast that stuff can
it
just
is. It's
unleash.
just the battery that
yeah,
is the
the
problem.
batteries are the weakest part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
I wish that he would take away, because the one thing I think he fails at is like, obviously, social media. You know, the autism does not translate well socially.
I would argue that's actually his strongest thing because he gets people talking about what he wants.
That's true
Well,
too.
it's his strongest for money. It's not his strongest for real contribution.
Okay, yeah, but that's not what he cares about.
I know it's not. But I'm
He's
talking,
got your attention.
That goes to my point, though. I'm talking about real versus.
Well, it is real because it creates real. It's a
Israel.
manipulation.
What
Yeah.
about Israel?
No.
No, what I'm saying.
Not today.
Let me back up.
Different
Let me
podcast.
back up. Let me back up. What I'm saying is that his focus on electric cars could get electric cars eventually to the point that they get the mileage that people want out of them to take like long trips and things without having to charge.
Yeah, it's like what 250 to 300 is the cutoff usually.
Yes, but people
It's
want
something
5
like
to
that.
6.
Well, no, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like that's where it's usually ends.
It is. And if he stayed focused on things like that, Starlink, and
Well,
I think what's
batteries
the
are
other
such
one?
a problem. Lithium and everything.
What's the
Neuralink?
Neuralink?
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
Neuralink.
Those are the 3 I
Watch out
wish
for the
he would
mark of the
focus on.
beast.
Yes. I know you
Anyways.
think that.
Anyways,
That's fine.
So, do you think he's trying to do any good? Like, do you think with this, like, he's trying to do good?
I think just like any other human being, it's complex in the fact that he, in some regards, will do some good and do some selfless acts, but at the same time is very ego driven.
Okay, like with let's say with like Twitter.
No.
You don't think that was
that one
you don't think he
seems-
was trying to be good at
No.
all?
No,
Like,
because his actions doesn't reflect it. I think that was a power move. That was an ego move.
I think it reflects it a little bit.
No.
If you look at Twitter, it's a lot less restrictive now
No,
than it
it's
was
not.
when it.
He
Yes,
still
it is.
restricts
no,
things.
I disagree.
He
There
still
may be a
restricts
restriction.
information almost the
Not-
same way that Jack does, but just in the way that Elon wants it.
No, not really.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, I
The
agree. with both
J.D.
of you in
Vance
different
report
ways,
was
though.
blocked the same way that people complained about Hunter Biden's fucking laptop.
That was a big thing.
He blocks
though.
off.
That was a
he-
big
he-
thing. Don't say like that. Like that wasn't like a big thing. It was a big thing.
How come both aren't big things?
I mean, they should be.
That's my point. That's my point. He doesn't believe that. That's how he brands.
What?
It. That's a brand thing. That's
Like-
all image and brand. It's
Like
not
I
real.
said earlier when we were off the podcast,
Faux.
he's just on the pendulum swing.
I know.
He's riding it back the other way.
I know. He's a great marketer.
Yeah.
that's
He
that's
is.
his best strength. Is like a lot of people think Elon is almost like a Einsteinian figure where he knows like the complete engineering of how all these things work. He doesn't.
No.
He has maybe some base level knowledge of how the engineering of like Tesla.
Yeah,
and-
he's a businessman.
No,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's a great marketer. It's kind
Yeah.
of the same way with your incoming once former president. They're both great branding and marketers.
Probably why they get along so well.
It is. It's exactly what it is.
So
They-
why
they
waste
know
all
what-
that money on Twitter?
Do what?
Let me ask you. Do you think he got
Because he
caught?
fucking has it, dude. Because he just fucking has it.
You don't think it was to like help free speech at all?
Maybe that was initially what he went for.
I
What I'm
think-
saying is his actions don't reflect that. That's
Okay,
what
that's
he-
fine.
It could have
but-
been for that, but then with the
like
added
Google.
effect of having it for him.
Kind of like
You
Google.
know?
No,
Yeah.
100%.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like he started that with like, hey, we got to fix something. Like,
Maybe.
in like how everything works.
Maybe.
like
Google started
media
with-
and stuff like that.
I keep interrupting. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. Yeah, go
well, I
ahead.
was
You're
trying
just
to say
excited.
What I'm trying to say is Google started with do no harm, and
Oh, bro, it was more than that.
Well.
They actually straight out said, "Do no evil."
do no evil. That's
That's
what
a
it was.
bold
Yeah.
statement.
It's a very
and then
bold
it's
statement.
to be gone.
Well, Google's kind of they restrict everything now.
That's
Yeah,
my
no.
point. though.
Everything.
Once you actually have that power in your hands, just like the same way with revolutions that take place in countries, they may be initially under good intentions, but eventually power corrupts good intentions. Same way with him.
God.
He's got
Okay.
he's got
No.
one of the highest social profiles in the world now because he owns one of the biggest social platforms.
Dude,
so he can just boast his own ego and what he deems good, bad, keep, not keep. He does all
See, I
that.
think that's a folly
completely-
of man, no matter what.
But
It is.
I completely agree with you though. But I think he bought Twitter at the beginning because it was like restricting free speech, and he was like, like we got to do something. I don't think he intended to buy it in the end, but he had to.
No, he
but,
got forced. He got in a pickle.
100%.
He didn't want to.
Yeah, 100%. But he, I think he did want to change the.
But
whole,
that goes
like,
back to my point of
thing on
it's,
free
it's,
speech.
it's the simple thing of actions louder than words. And when we're comparing someone like Jimmy Carter and Elon Musk, I think the actions of someone like Jimmy Carter is a more humble figure in the American story compared to Elon Musk, which is mostly market, brand, and show.
Well, Jimmy seems more real just all the way around.
He seems more like a real person in that way. If you're
That
comparing
too.
the two.
Honestly, I look at the things that happen with Elon, and he looks like a bloody plant. You know?
No, he does. He does. But if you gave Jimmy all these tools and money that Elon has, do you think like Jimmy would have still been the same?
I can't make that statement.
Exactly.
That's a huge statement.
I think he would have done. See, here's the thing. This is where the
Because I think Elon wanted to do good, like at the beginning too.
And he may still do. That's here's the thing, man.
And he does, but now it's like late. It's like down the ladder.
We can
now.
never know his
like
intention
on the.
until it's already done.
It's contradictory self-justifications is what I'm saying. So Elon may sit here, and a lot of people that go into entrepreneurial ventures may say, I want to do good in the world, and if I make some money going forward and can make a living on it, that's great.
We've said
but
it.
then at some
It's the
point,
other way around.
the way you balance it gets out of line. My thing about Jimmy Carter is, compared to someone like Elon Musk, is this person held the most powerful office in the country, and when he left, he didn't do what most presidents do, which is cash out on that office. Most presidents will go for speaking fees, write books, and
That's
he
a
did
big
write
flex.
books. I'm not saying he didn't like do some things, but his writings.
We
and
had those
stuff,
30 we were talking about earlier in my
He
questions.
did, but it didn't seem as like
But those
entrepreneurial
were
and
not for self-benefit. From what I understand, those books were mostly like charitable
causes. Exactly.
Anything was used to go forth.
This dude went and worked for Habitat for
Yeah,
Humanity
he
to have
built
a
houses up
direct,
until recently.
direct influence on something, not happenstance, indirect things that just because I built like Teslas and it brought down the cost of electric cars, it's like that's a good thing. Jimmy Carter's contributions are more direct, it seems, and that's why I think he may have handled it better because he just seemed to have a more, and it came from a different time too. I mean, let's be honest. This is someone that comes from like the Great Depression era, someone like where my grandparents grew up and stuff. And these are people that grew up without having a lot, saw what this country was, and also saw what it could be. Someone like Elon Musk comes in from a already kind of aristocratic, rich background, and they just see that version and vision of America, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and like I say,
The capitalist machine.
It's a less humble beginning to really ground yourself. So, yeah. Just kind of an interesting thought there. I agree with you, though. Elon Musk may have had good intentions. It's just hard to come from less humble beginnings and really know what it means to ground yourself and what directly helps people.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
I agree in general.
That's a question I try to ask myself every day. Just that, being like, what can you actually do to help?
well, there's a lot of
somebody
things.
all the time
I do the same thing because
with your limited scope.
I think we as people a lot of times will say, I would help if I had more of these resources.
Yeah, it's always.
And I think that
is
is a lie we tell ourselves because it's something we could be doing now in a way.
I do not disagree.
It's an
because
excuse.
That lines up
No, yeah,
completely
I
with
do
my
the same
philosophy.
shit. I really do.
it's pretty much like, hey, this guy has more money, but he's not doing it, so he should be doing it before I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But that's not a good like
Nose
reason.
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, nose goes. It's literally the nose goes for help.
that's definitely not a good reason though.
No, that is it. Because honestly, in my philosophy with everything, all reality is a basis of now. So, like, if you have any emotional reaction or you have a negative feeling, you have to deal with it now, or you're going to create resentments or other things or
Yeah.
bad patterns. It has to be now or never.
I think if you have a thought of a good act without overdoing it, and what I mean by overdoing is putting yourself in a spot compared to helping somebody else, because some people can do that.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Doesn't
don't
somebody say that?
Wait a minute.
No free ads. We're not saying who said it.
No.
But for real though.
No, we're going with that actor. I forget his name. Who went
that
off
wasn't
on
an
that.
actor. That was a company.
No.
Yeah.
No, the other guy that went on that meme rant. He was just like, just do it.
Oh.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it.
Fun fact just about Shia LaBeouf. He had to capture the flag game going for weird political reasons, and he lost because of Greenville. Did you know that?
Yeah, I actually watched that,
Yeah.
like through some live streams when it was happening. I
You
had
know
no
what
idea
I'm
what was
talking
happening.
about.
You have no idea about that?
No.
All right. Hold on, I'm going to find it.
Hello.
Okay.
Welcome
so
to the side tag.
Shia LaBeouf was doing a kind of a resistance thing where they would like, I think display. You can help me out with this. They would like display a flag somewhere in America.
That's been so long that
And
I'm
it was-
honestly confused about the details.
I'm going to look up Shia LaBeouf.
I think it had to do with the political censorship I was talking about earlier. I think that was the same movement, but I can't remember what happened.
Political capture the flag. It was something like that, dude. All right, I'm going to find this story.
Because they had this like camera in New York, and I remember like watching some stream, and then he was there, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" Like,
Damn it. YouTube. Is a 4chan thing.
Yep.
So 4chan was trying to find.
oh god, I just
Shia
outed
LaBeouf
myself.
Had anti.
I said I outed myself.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. A few years ago, after he starred in Transformers, the actor Shia LaBeouf seemed poised to become the next Johnny Depp. Instead, he started behaving more like the next James Franco. In 2014, he showed up to Berlin Film Festival wearing a tuxedo and brown paper bag over his head. This was a piece of performance art called I Am Not Famous Anymore. Basically, what I think it was that he was doing this kind of anti-Trump kind of stuff, and he was putting up a flag in areas, I'm pretty sure across America, as a protest to that.
Wait,
Right?
with the first round of Trump?
Yes, this was first round.
I don't think that was the same time
Hold on,
frame
hold on,
that
hold on.
I'm thinking about.
The work, according to the statement, consisted of a camera mounted on a wall outside of a museum, moving images of Queens. Members of the public were invited to recite into the camera the titular mantra. The statement continued, the participatory performance will be live streamed at whatever, He Will Not Divide Us. Yeah, He Will Not Divide Us. It was the first Trump presidency. Continuously for 4 years or the duration of the presidency. The project caught the attention of hordes on 4chan, the online message board where people post anonymously. One of the most notorious parts of the 4chan is called POL, which stands for politically incorrect, and where the ideologies range from anarchism to fascism. So they basically caught wind of what he was doing, and I'm pretty sure he was like placing this flag in places as a protest to Donald Trump's first presidency. Well, a place where he placed it was, I'm pretty sure, was in Greenville or near Greenville. But he took a picture with someone. Oh, who was it? It was some. We didn't go to school with them, but they went to South Korea at the time in our class. I'm pretty sure. Or
Do you remember the name?
they worked at Aunt B's. It was someone that worked at Aunt B's.
I remember that picture going around. No,
Yes.
I remember that picture.
Yeah,
going
Shia
around.
LaBeouf
Okay.
showed up at Aunt B's, which is a local
I
restaurant
remember him
here
being
in
at
Greenville,
Aunt B's,
Tennessee.
the lore.
Yes, and 4chaners figured out that's where he was, and were able to find his flag and take it that way. It's basically the greatest 4chan game of capture the flag there was for an anti-protest. So that was kind of the summation of that, though.
Oh, I actually don't think I knew about that.
Yeah.
Something else in my mind was something different.
Yeah.
That was prior to that.
Let's see. I was trying to find because I'm reading from the New Yorker.
I think that's what really started like.
So
making
they
the
were
geolocation-
trying to
so
take
on
his
March 8th
protested flags out. They were trying to just take them.
after he they were trying just to disrupt Shia LaBeouf being a libtard.
Well, they were just
that was their thought.
They were doing that stuff.
Yeah. So on March 8th, the artist
They were
updated
trolling.
the
That was
site.
it.
The project moved to an unknown location. They wrote a flag emblazoned. I've never seen the word emblazoned written with the words, "He will not divide us, will be flown for a duration." The live stream was back up, showing a white flag with black letters against the open sky. 5 minutes later, someone started the thread, "Can we find where the flag is?" So that's where the picture happened. Greenville confirmed we did it, lads. That's where it was. So at 1:56, a plane flew by on the live stream. Airplane, guys, airplane, someone wrote. A troll suggested checking flighttrader24.com, a site where it tracks flight pass. If it's Greenville, we'll see new planes come in from the east and the north, someone posted. 7 seconds later, another plane flew by heading south. So they found it there in Greenville.
From
In the middle of the night, a group of trolls gathered at the exact location, a farmhouse with an open field behind it. Anyone who was watching the live stream at the time saw the white flag come down. A minute later, something was hoisted in its place, a Pepe the Frog t-shirt. Of course, that was posted in its place. Wow, that's so 2016. I've never heard it.
Oh my gosh! Actually, that makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the greatest game of capture the flag between the internet and live that's ever happened.
Okay.
So flight patterns and ant bees is what gave that away.
Nice.
Yes. Sorry, that was that side tangent though. I honestly
No,
don't know
that's a
how
good one. I'm glad
yeah.
I didn't actually realize that all the way.
Yeah,
that
was
the same thing.
That was roughly the
Yeah.
story of Shia LaBeouf's capture the flag anti-Trump game.
Maybe we need to start a new game. That's what.
Maybe we need to start another capture the flag. It's about time.
Yeah,
we're
right.
greasing the wheels again.
okay.
Okay. We'll figure it out. We might talk about this. It might be a thing. It might be fun.
Yeah. Anybody in the comments got some good ideas?
Yeah, if you have some ideas for how we do this.
I like
you
ideas.
Let us know.
You know, I like the real ones, not just concepts of an idea.
Yeah.
I like some real ideas.
What got us on this? I'm literally trying to think of how we took this turn.
Oh, it was the you said something about just do it, and then
Oh,
I-
just do it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, that was going back to Jimmy Carter, though. Jimmy Carter was a just do it guy.
Yeah.
And in a way, Elon Musk is too. Just Elon Musk is, his just seems more for self-enrichment. And if the ripple effects of that self-enrichment happens to help people, it just happens to help people.
You got paid for 12 kids, man. I'd be the same way. You know.
You didn't have to have 12 kids, man.
yeah, you didn't have to do any of that.
You didn't have, no, you didn't.
Probably support 12 mothers, you know, whatever it is.
But see, that goes back to ego thing. He just thinks like, oh, must share brain power. Spread, seed. Different farmer, as you said.
Plowing many fields.
Plowing many fields.
Sometimes many fields need hose.
Not just peanuts. Yeah. But see, that's the difference too. So here's another difference in today's day and age of where it's all, it seems like tangible of real action compared to just marketing. So like someone like Trump and now Elon Musk supporting them, they're all seen as like people that kind of get shit done in a way. Like that's the perception, I should say.
What?
Well, successful companies. That's what, you know.
I know.
Let's say something in opposition here too.
Go ahead.
Of course, they're the only people who actually get anything done right now. The other people aren't. All they're doing is just babbling most of the time.
I know. I know. That's kind
What do you
of
mean?
Yap,
What do
yap,
you
yap.
What do you mean as other people?
So like the opposition. Okay, so in this cultural
Do you mean like more like
revolution,
Democrats?
Yes, but it's not just them. It's not isolated just to the political sphere. It's a lot of different.
there's a personal element too. Of
Yeah.
That kind of
individual-
mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah, individual responsibility.
and you know what I'm trying to say about that. They all tend to be not as defining in their actions.
Or it's like that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know the right thing, so I don't have an answer.
No,
like,
it's
that's not a
it's
good.
criticism without solution.
Yeah,
that's
and
a big thing,
and that's not a good thing
you see
either.
this a lot on political podcast stuff, where they're like, "I see my role as getting out good ideas, and I will speak against things, but I don't have actual
I'm
solutions.
smart.
Yeah.
You should
I
like
just
me.
make money off the thing, and I say things. My words important."
Important.
Important. Yeah. My point with Jimmy Carter is he was more action.
He was more action.
He was. And my point that I was going to
He
with
had
the Trump-
humility.
He did. This is a dude that, what I'm saying is you take someone like a Trump presidency, and you can say it about other presidencies too. Most people that come in or the last few years off the Democratic wing haven't like owned businesses in that way. But if they did, they probably would do the same thing. I don't know, but we'll just, for example, like Trump didn't, devolve himself from any of his companies. He didn't, like sell off his companies or take himself. No, he just kept going. Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm
So
for the sake of not having conflicting interests between private
I
and
got
the
to be
public
honest
sector.
because I never looked into this, but I remember, Trump always say that he never took any money. Was that ever true for his presidency? Did he
No.
actually take stuff?
No, absolutely.
Because I always
He
heard
had
that.
Elon Musk
I
give
always
him
heard
tens
that.
of millions of dollars and use a $44 billion purchase of a social media platform to entirely
no,
promote a
that
social
came
media
from-
campaign.
That came from that. I'm saying like federally paycheck. Was that true on that?
No,
part?
he took it. You have to take it. No, of
Okay,
course he
I
took
didn't. I
it.
didn't know.
No, of course
Like-
he took it. Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
What
I just
paycheck?
what I heard.
What you pay for the president.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he got paid. The dude got paid.
But that was always a big thing that I always heard people talk about.
Here's the thing though, for someone like him, and this goes back to my point, is like it's almost like it's the fugazi of what you put up there. I can selflessly say I'm not going to take paycheck from the people. No, I already have so much money. While on the back end, he's letting foreign interests come in and like stay at his hotels and uses golf courses for like what's the Saudi Arabia golf league?
WWE.
Yeah, like live golf can come in and use one of his courses though, and pay him an undisclosed amount of money to use his course, which they're just buying influence, and then he can selflessly say, "Oh, I'm not taking money from the American people," though. It's like, duh, because you're taking money on the back ends. Yeah. Like it's just that's what I'm saying. It's
well,
the,
yeah,
it's
no,
that
I was just
Fugazi
asking
about
about the front aspect.
No,
Yeah.
you have to get paid. It's you can't not take money for that position. It's just part of it. What he did with the money, I don't know, but probably just stuck it. I mean, what's 400,000 when you make literally like tens of millions a year?
I mean, I ain't know.
It's nothing. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure
It's
that he
nothing.
probably spends that going to take a shit, but
It was gold toilet, man. Yeah, gold toilet. And I'm not trying to just make this an anti-Trump thing. I'm really not. I'm just pointing out the
you
differences.
know what?
and
I'm starting
where
to think something about you.
You don't have to think. It's very
Get an
clear.
inkling.
Yeah,
Just an inkling. I think I'm catching on.
just pointing out differences.
Yeah, okay.
You're wearing blue for a reason over there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Just light blue.
I wear a lot of black. I'm devoid of those things.
Yeah.
Pretty black over here myself.
Yeah. At least you have some sense. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Jacob.
Democrats have the problems too. All right,
I'm just teasing. Yeah, they're all human.
they have issues.
They're all
Hey,
shit.
I know it.
They all kind of suck.
I gotta call it when I see it, though.
That's fine. You should. I wish everybody would. But yeah, that was the only point I was making with that. It's just there's a difference in like someone who actually does good things and has like actual other people in mind compared to they just put on the veneer of self.
It's easy to fake stuff, honestly.
It feels so obvious too.
I know.
It's a sad thing. It feels so obvious. Like, again, I'm not trying to shit on Elon Musk, but like, God, just
You're kind of shitting on Elon Musk.
a little bit. He deserves to be shit on a little bit. I think if someone his power that couldn't handle someone shitting on him, like, get over yourself, dude.
Yeah, but let's give him a little bit of praise for the innovation and everything that's
I'm
going on.
fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine
okay.
with giving credit where credit is due.
Good job, bud.
Neuralink, don't push it to the mark of the beast. Just to help cure Alzheimer. Pushing electric cars 10 years in advance, it's fucking great.
I mean, aerospace, man. Like we
I
haven't messed with that in years, and like we
That's
probably
a
still
public
wouldn't
thing,
if
man.
Elon
Should we
Musk
not-
wasn't.
How do y'all feel about NASA? What do y'all feel about that?
Like they're
Man.
not doing enough.
I don't.
Well, we
I don't
cut
think it's
funding
big of
from
a.
it. Do you
I
think
mean,
we should fund it?
If it's
Or are you cool
done,
with private.
if it's done in an appropriate way and an efficient way, then yes, I think we should fund it. We should put more money into it. But that's the problem is not we're
Where's
putting all
this
this
money
money into
come from?
NASA and nothing's coming out of it. That's the problem.
We cut money though. That was even
But-
Obama.
because nothing's coming out of it. That's the reason we cut money from them. It's
There's
because
not
we're
much
not
to
exploring.
do.
I mean, they build spaceships.
Yeah, but like,
Go to Mars.
like
Go to Mercury.
Go to the moon. How about we
There's
take
so
care
many
of,
planets. We have 8 planets in solar system. We go to moon.
it keeps
we go to more planet.
expanding outward infinitely.
Yeah, the Hubble telescope.
When?
That's cool.
When was that?
No, that's really
been a
cool.
while.
Okay, that's my point though.
I
That's
know.
okay.
But we don't have this. Here's the thing though. We don't have the same. This goes back to a two different era things. We don't have the same kind of public fortitude to push these things forward in a public manner. We just want to
I
privatize
don't care
it
about
out.
that stuff, to be honest, because we should be taking care of Earth before we even care.
I agree with that, but
Do whatever.
that also requires public fortitude. Is my point. We
Yeah.
don't do that though. We expect
I think
someone
our
else
attention.
to handle it.
It's cool that if we do those things, I mean, over a course of time, like before these government institutions got in here, people were still astronomers. They still wanted to do whatever. So, like, I
Yeah.
don't think it's a problem that other people want to do stuff.
I don't
there's,
either.
but there's not anymore. Like you don't
Well,
have as many astronomers, and you don't
got
have
all
like.
Elonian wanting to go to Mars, and that's
Elongated muskrat.
But why
elongated.
wouldn't we try to shoot for what we like
There's-
think we
there's
can't
no-
achieve to see
there's-
if we
there's
can?
No,
like,
look, it goes back to I hate to say this because it annoys me to a degree, but I get that's just how people form opinions and how they think about things. There's no like public story to push us to this thing. We wanted to go to the moon because we wanted to beat the Soviets. We wanted to show them that we had the best scientific technology, that we were bigger and better than them.
Yes.
All right, so there was a public support for that. Oh my gosh, get my dog. This episode is brought to you by the letter X. Yeah! The coolest of all the letters. How cool is the letter X? It is the name of the coolest social media platform, which is totally a smart rebrand and owned by the most Sigma Alpha male in all planet and Mars. It is also the middle letter of the coolest state, Texas. X, which is home to the revolutionary electric car company Tesla, which is totally saving the planet. It is also useful for labeling things you shouldn't do. Forming a union. Yeah, let's just X that. Keeping billions of personal financial interest in political parties. No. X. Finishing those tunnels under California. Probably not. X. The letter X is super exciting and extremely cool. X.
I love how bad that was too.
But anyway, my point is we don't have like a public ambition the same way, like a public ambition project the same way we used to. And coming up from someone like Jimmy Carter's era, you saw more of that kind of thing, whereas now we're just like, leave it to some entrepreneur, someone else to take care of it for us. That's kind of what just the dynamic I see now. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but...
I absolutely, I see that too, because it's always, we've got a real bad stigma with it's always somebody else's problem. Like, it's somebody else to do something for us.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the thing they say with 911. Like, sometimes they never get called.
Bystander
Because it's
effect.
like, hey, they'll call them.
Yeah, somebody else will do it.
Yeah,
Right. You see, Al-Qaeda on 911, they said, no, I'll do it myself. I'm just kidding.
That's a great example.
Yeah, gosh. All right. My favorite thing, my audience, my people out there. I want to invite you to. What do you think about these things? Our space, our lack of ambition, our inability to actually talk about things that matter, or
Should there be something like NASA that's more publicly funded, or should we keep it in the hands of people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk? Which do you think is kind of a better route to take this?
Or should we even continue exploring
should
space
we say
exploration?
fuck space?
Yes.
Space is gay.
I think space needs some space. We need to.
Should we give space some space? These are all good questions.
They are very good. I think we should continue though. I think we should push
think it's
innovation
great. And
to the fullest.
Yep.
See what we can accomplish. Like.
And if you're interested,
Do
I
it.
want you to pursue that because it's still great. I love that knowledge and that unknown out there. But there's so many aspects that, at least in government institutions, need to be just focused on those stuff. To be honest,
Maybe I'm up in the air about it. I tend to have a public focus on it that could be.
Perhaps if we see aliens tomorrow, and I'm just gonna have to redact what I just said.
Hey, all those drones over New Jersey.
Those are human drones.
How do you know?
I'm
do you know?
gonna need my.
When's the last time you were in Jersey?
Yep.
I wasn't, but
You don't get to leave the state very often.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more.
Where's that ankle monitor at?
No.
No,
It's
it's
a
just
chip.
my.
It's a
just
chip
my-
embedded now.
There we
yeah,
go.
like Neuralink.
They didn't.
Elon's got him.
He took the mark. He just didn't know it.
Elon's got him.
They did not embed me. I'm still free beast. I just have to
Yeah.
regulate my presence.
Let me just put your code in real quick. Let me see what we need you to do.
What did it come up?
It said you're gay.
Too bad. Like space.
Jealousy.
But there's nothing wrong with being gay, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You making it sound bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, dude?
I said there's nothing wrong with
You
that.
should,
I don't
you should
know.
be totally cool with being gay. You're wearing Miami shit.
I wish you'd put that Tennessee hoodie back on. I wish you would. I wish you
man.
would.
All right.
Light blue.
Well,
Slight libtard.
Slight is the word.
what'd you say earlier about getting nipped by something?
You either get nicked or you get hit. So that's
Oh gosh. Well,
His boys are doing good.
oh yeah.
The Irish. They continue on.
Doing alright.
Yeah. Fight the Nittany Lions.
Look at the Irish.
Little side tangent. This is college playoff talk.
Yeah. I could tell when you started speaking another language. It wasn't the Irish though that got me. It was all the other BS.
All the other shit.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Yeah.
But anyway, is there anything else y'all want to? I feel like that kind of encompasses the two Americas in that sense. There's a different two Americas that people talk about. But
there is
two
Americas going on, and I think there's a split in consciousness. Honestly,
it's kind of a story of America thing. Two stories of America, I should say. There's two visions of America in a way. Kind of one and the same and contradictory all at the same time, which is kind of interesting.
They're intertwined. It's like two snakes that are coiled, around each other.
Kind of like healthcare.
Yeah, exactly like healthcare, huh? That's crazy how that symbolism works. Oh.
So, but if we could put Jimmy Carter and Elon Musk just
dude,
together.
Damn, I wish if Jimmy was younger and not dead, we could have had a much better celebrity boxing match than we could have had fucking Jake Paul and goddamn Mike
Wasn't
Tyson.
Elon like threatening somebody else to fight?
Wasn't
too?
that Facebook
guy?
Yeah,
What's his
Mark
name, Mark?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Zuckerberg can it
Turns
seems
out
like he could
I watched
fight,
him
though.
get choke out. He can take a choke out. All right. I'm not sure. Elon looks a little broad bodied though. Dude. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Dude?
I
He
don't-
looks like a guy would be hard to wrap around.
I think
You
Zuckerberg
can't
kicked his
get the
ass,
lock.
Maybe. Yeah. He just might be hard to lock. He just looks kind of big. He's
No, he
got kind of
does.
a big frame.
Do you see that picture of him where he's like sideways and he's like
Yeah, dude.
way out there?
I don't know if that's dad bod or AI bod, whatever the fuck you want to call that.
Go
Dude.
there.
It's a little
Twitter
bit of
bod.
both. Yep.
Sorry, X bod. I don't know. Just I think I would rather see my billionaires fighting each other than I would them just doing what they're doing now half the time. It'd be more at least entertaining.
They'd make some money for sure. I'd watch it.
They would.
I don't agree.
Would you watch it?
What if it was for charitable causes?
All right, if
Like
we could do
actual
something good
charitable
about
causes.
it, then
Yes.
maybe we could have the conversation.
I would. That's
but-
what I'm saying.
You don't think
Go
it'd
in
just
that
be
direction.
entertaining
Bro,
watching
I don't-
Mark Zuckerberg and Elon
I already
Musk?
made that mistake once.
Just watching two
good.
fucking dorks just fight it out.
I already made that mistake once, and I got tricked.
Yeah, but
We
as
all
much
did.
as I hate Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are way cooler than Elon Musk.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
freaking Mark Zuckerberg.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Yeah, way more Riz and all that.
Honestly, I could listen to
Nonsense.
Mike talk all day. To be honest, I love hearing
Me
it.
I just want to see him biting a glove the whole time.
Fuck phone heavyweight champ, motherfucker. That's what.
I'd hang out with Mike Tyson.
Dude,
I think
Mike
we'd have
Tyson's.
fun.
Oh, it'd be a great hangout.
Yeah.
I'd pet his tiger. I'd whatever.
I'd pet him.